Hi, everybody. You may not know this about me, but I'm a recovering perfectionist. And as a perfectionist, I just wanted to say today that for the record, perfectionism is not a desirable quality. It's not an asset. It's not the same thing as having high standards either. So when I say I'm a perfectionist, I'm being a little bit vulnerable here and admitting to you, to everyone, one of my biggest weaknesses. And the reason I'm doing this is that I want to kind of normalize the idea around it. People talk about perfectionism a lot, but sometimes we think about it in a way that lends a source of pride, that we've got a lot of attention to detail and sort of detail oriented, right? And high quality, high standards in the things that we do. But truly, it's not an asset. And there are a couple of really big reasons. The first one is that we're prone to all kinds of physical health problems. I'm talking about the fact that as a perfectionist, you are constantly physically in a state of stress, okay? You have an overall physical baseline of stress. And your body is living continually in this fight or flight response mode. And so when we're talking about this, we're talking about irritable bowel syndrome. We're talking about a weakened immune system. We're talking about insomnia, or at the very least, insufficient sleep, risk of diabetes, heart attacks, stroke, even some cancers, okay, have been proven to be 3 times as more likely in perfectionists than non-perfectionists, okay? So in general, we tend to score pretty low in the self-care category, but I am fairly certain that we don't want to invite any of those things to our party. So it bears thinking about whether or not we really want to be perfectionists, okay? Now, the second reason that perfectionism is really not an asset is that as a perfectionist, we actually achieve less than high achievers. Now, this might sound like I'm splitting hairs a little bit, but let me assure you there is a difference between the two. Perfectionists, really, we have some or all of these qualities I'm about to talk about in a second that show up in our lives that prevent us from achieving more. What are these things? The relentless drive for results. Okay? Relentless. And that doesn't mean, yeah, I go out for what I want. That's great. But perfectionist is relentless. It means letting go of any idea of self-care. You drive yourself to the very end. This is not a good thing. We have an inability, complete inability, or extreme difficulty in accepting external criticism. We're hypercritical with ourselves. We have a fear of failure. We also have a fear of success, because when we succeed, then the stakes are that much higher, right? We have both of these at the same time. We have this feeling of being pushed towards our goals rather than feeling pulled, being magnetized towards them. We've got this feeling of introversion that's not really introversion. We're masking it, calling it introversion, when really it's just isolation. We often suffer from self-esteem. We feel guilty for not getting everything done. We also feel guilty for taking time off. We procrastinate, and we feel guilty for procrastinating. We dread group work because you feel that you can do it better yourself. Now tell me, are any of these things ringing any bells for you? If they are, put it in the comments below. If I missed anything, you consider yourself a perfectionist and I missed something, put that in the comments below. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. I hope you have a beautiful day. Hoping also that you are leaning towards a little bit of imperfection in your lives, because that's where it's at. See you soon.